you guys. Sorry, not sorry. I had a chunk from the Goonies vibe and I had to get that out. So hello, welcome. I'm Amanda Gold. This is my YouTube channel and today is another episode, the fifth one, in Try It Tuesday, in which I give you something to go try. It's like an exercise. It's me being a creativity coach and sharing the stuff that I have coached myself with and that I coach my clients with, and I'm coaching you with for free because I'm just lovely like that and I love to share these amazing tools. So this is stuff that, should you choose to try it and accept the challenge, you might find yourself making more art or feeling happier or feeling less bothered by things like noisy neighbors or dogs crapping in your yard or whatever's got your goat lately. The whole goal is to kick ass with both feet, which means being happier, more fulfilled, taking more action, getting shit done, but in a way that serves and fuels your highest vision for your best life. So, having said that, how did it go last week? Last week was about setting a timer for 2 minutes and doing that either to get started in something that you've been procrastinating or avoiding, or something that you tell yourself you don't really have time for, but you could do it for just 2 minutes, right? Also, it's a good trick to allow yourself to be distracted. If you keep finding yourself getting pulled onto social media or wanting to detangle yarn, like happens to me a lot when I'm distracting, fucking set a timer for 2 minutes and just let yourself do it for that 2 minutes and then get back to work. So how did it go? I would love to hear. Did any of you try it? If you have tried any of these Try It Tuesdays, why don't you go ahead and drop something in the comments, like some kind of emoji or just a word like, yup. Extra credit if you want to share how it went or if you learned anything or if it was useful or if you hated it. But I'd love you to just like make some kind of gesture if you tried it. 2 little announcements for you before I tell you today's try it thing. Today's Try It Tuesday tip. I'm sorry. It's the afternoon and I'm running wild and free, just about to wind it down here, boss. Oh my God. Okay, announcements. You can connect with me via email at amandagoldmakesart@gmail.com. This is where you can say hello, give me ideas for videos, tell me what's working, what's not. You can just connect and say hi. And guess what? You can work with me one-on-one. And if you email me, we can set up a free discovery sesh, a little chit chat to see if we're a good fit together and what you're struggling with and if and how I can help. So jump on that. I have limited availability for that kind of stuff right now. So please get it while the getting's good. If you feel like you would like some coaching around these kind of things that I talk about in my video and beyond. And then the other thing is I started a Patreon account. And you can become a patron if you want to, if you've got some money just kind of burning a hole in your pocket and you're like, God, I'd really love to support some good work in the world, some creative type that is trying to help people. Well, hey, I can help you with that. I will post the link to my Patreon account. Thank you to my patrons now. And also what I really want to know, I kind of just jumped at it to start it because I'd been procrastinating for so long. And that's something that I teach, is to just fucking do it. Even if it's imperfect or messy, just do it and then work on making it better as you go. So I started the account and now I want to make it better by offering like gifts and bonuses for the people who do become patrons. So I would love to hear from you, especially my patrons that I have now. Thank you. I love you for signing up without even any kind of special extra gift. Now is your chance to say, what do you want to see? What would you like? What would feel like a reward or a gift if you became a patron? And you don't have to be a patron to share this either. What would entice you to be a patron in the future? So some things I've thought about are like behind the scenes videos of me in my studio. I've thought about making like tutorials or instruction videos, or even just silly little candid videos of me living my goofy life. I don't know what you'd be interested in. Do you want prints? Do you want how-tos? Do you want to like I love raffles and giveaways. Do you want to be like entered into a really rad giveaway for free coaching or whatever? Like the sky's the limit, right? Let's be creative together. Tell me what you want and I'll work on making that happen. I want to make your wildest dreams come true. Okay, thank you for hanging with me through those. On to today's Try It Tuesday, which is, I don't really have a name for it, but it has to do with just go do the fun thing that you really want to do, okay? I talk about how it's really necessary to incorporate a lot of play and fun into your life. Usually we hardly have any of it in our lives, and I really don't think, even if we have some, I really doubt that it's enough. And I've recently been looking at that in my own life, and I kind of had this moment where I was like, gosh, I consider myself a pretty fun person. I'm self-employed. I think that's rad. So I feel like my life has a lot of joy and freedom and fun in it. But I also realized like I really wasn't actually doing that much stuff that really brings me pleasure and joy. For instance, I love hiking, and I had not done it in a long time. I just went on a really fun one last week with my honey, and that was awesome and really nice. But I hadn't been letting myself do that much. I love to ride my bike. I hadn't done that very much. And then I also realized like some of the stuff that I thought that used to be super fun maybe wasn't anymore, and it was time for me to explore new ways to have fun and relax and unwind and give myself pleasure. Not that kind of pleasure, you pervs. Just needing to have fun and play, and what does that look like for me now that I'm a 38-year-old grown-ass woman? What the heck do I find joy in? What's fun for me? It changes, and sometimes I don't ask that question enough, and so I just need to like go on a mission to explore it. But what happens is I'll think of something like that inner child part of me will be like, this would be really fun. And then the adult brain part of me is like, whatever, I should do this instead. There's always this long ass list of should do's. And it's tricky because these days, adult Amanda really finds that pleasurable to like clean the house or do a load of laundry. Like that's nice. I like when those things are done today. So it's tricky because that feels like I'm giving myself, like I'm doing a nice fun thing for myself by doing that. But that is not the kind of fun we're after here. Yes, you need to make time for those things like keeping a nice home or buying a bouquet of flowers here and there or getting that pain in the ass work off your plate so you can feel better. That does feel good. But what I'm talking about here is like true, just joy and fun and frivolous. And the adult in you says, you have so many things you should be doing. And you were like, that's just tough titties. And I'm going to do this fun thing instead for just a little while, and then letting yourself do that. So my challenge to you this week and the Try It Tuesday jam is to pay attention to when you get that goofy little thought about like, ooh, it'd be so fun to do this. And then just fucking do it. Like, don't let yourself talk yourself out of it. So today what it looked like for me was about 11:30. I had been in the studio painting, making new art. And even that was a form of allowing myself to try it and have fun. But that's a different video. When I was done in the studio, I had this thought that it would be really fun to pack a jar of milk and a big bowl of Fruit Loops and ride my bike to the lake and just hang out by the lake with a sketchbook. And of course, my adult brain was like, that's not really efficient use of time, and you should just really use this time to work and laundry and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And instead, I just started packing the bag. I put my Fruit Loops in a bowl with the lid. I packed the mason jar of milk. I brought the book. I grabbed a towel, and I was off. I like jumped at the good idea before all the shoulds could crowd in and smother it to death, which has happened way too many times, and which is one of the ways I'm practicing, like taking my own advice and coaching myself and being like, okay, I've decided to give myself more play and more fun. And so I'm alert to this kind of stuff, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that is a good idea, you silly little inner child, Amanda. Let's go do it. And it's such a nice way. This kind of stuff is rad because, first of all, you're honoring yourself. Like, if you want to be an artist or a creative or just have a happy life, you've got to let that childlike part of you have some say in your life. Like, the inner child has a lot of wisdom. Kids are fucking cool. They don't give a shit what other people think. Like, they just are friendly and they're open and they play and they're creative and they're not worried about like, just does this look good enough or da-da-da. So we need to tap into that energy and like use that in our own lives. And what happens is, this is kind of like the other thing. So first of all, it's just a really good self-care practice to honor yourself, nurture that part of you, and go fucking play and have fun. It makes you a better person in the world. It makes you a better family member. It makes you a better mother. It makes you a better lover. Like whatever your role is in the world, in your community, it's going to make you more and better of that thing. And the other thing is, and this is kind of that counterintuitive, super secret ninja move, is that it actually makes you better at your work. So all that stuff that your brain is saying, like, well, we should do this, we should do that. If you give yourself those gifts of genuine playtime and fun and exploration and just say, hey, I wonder if I would like this. By the way, I loved it, eating Fruit Loops by the lake. I saw so many birds and the trees, and guess what? It fueled my art. And when I came home, I think I coached my client better. And now there's laundry in there, and like I'm doing the things that I tell myself I don't have time to do the fun thing for because I need to do that other stuff first. And what I'm saying is do the fun, pleasurable thing first, or in the middle of all the shoulds, right? The middle is actually better because then you got some progress under your belt. You need a break, go out, do something fun, come back rejuvenated, recharged, rested, and inspired. Like especially if you're a creative, when you go out and have fun, it's like what Julia Cameron calls like filling the well. We need to get out and be inspired. And like today, I was laying under a tree, which is one of my favorite things to do, and it feels so inefficient and unproductive and lazy and da-da-da, all the little naggy gremlins that say why I shouldn't do that. But when I do that, I notice like how the sunlight reflects off the lake onto the branches, and the sound of the cottonwood leaves and the silly birds and how they interact with each other, and it inspires me. And like today I took a picture of it, and then I made a whole new color palette in Procreate, my drawing app, which I'll be using for my art. And when I am even just a half an hour of that shit, I come back and I feel more like myself. I feel like I gave myself a gift. I feel like I have my own back. And then I feel energized and excited about all the things that are on my to-do list, and actually more capable of doing more. So also, I just want to say another side note is sometimes our opportunities, like a big one for me is I can't go have fun right now because I need to figure out how to build this business and make money. But when I've allowed myself to go have fun or take the walk or go explore or whatever, that's when I have those synchronistic, serendipitous interactions with people that lead to a job or lead to an opportunity. And it's just so funny. Like when I let myself be freer and play more, I end up being a more like responsible adult and having those really cool opportunities. I really think the universe loves us and has our back. And especially when we decide that we want to live a more authentic life and do our own thing and follow our creative dreams, I think that the universe totally supports that. We just get in our own way with all of our shoulds and our like stuffy grown up shit. So your Try It Tuesday is to drop the shoulds, jump on a fun. If you have a fun idea this week, something that feels kind of like silly or irresponsible or like it'd be really restful or whatever, just go do it. Like don't question it. Don't pick it apart. Don't say you'll do it later. Find a way to just make it happen, even for 15 minutes. And then let me know how it goes. Okay? Okay. Thanks for being here. You're awesome. Try it out and come back Thursday for my Thursday thoughts, which are just me randomly musing about the things I'm coaching myself on or the things that are up for me this week. It's a little more like freestyle, less, you don't have to do so much. You just get to listen to me talk. And isn't that fun? All right. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. If you want to work with me one-on-one, email me, amandagoldmakesart@gmail.com. Also, you can check out my Instagram if you're curious about the kind of art I'm making. I also have giveaway going on right there, and I will have more in the future. So my Instagram is also @amandagoldmakesart. And what else? Oh, consider becoming a patron. That would be cool too. And I will post that link in the comments of this video. And remember, if you do the Try It Tuesdays, I'd love to hear about it. At least send me like a wink or a nod saying that you tried it. Okay, that's it. Wrapping it up here. I'll talk to you later. Bye.